Okay guys, as I said in the feeding video, we're going to just do some small clips here or there of Norman molting. Now what I want you to see, and if you can see this, maybe you can, maybe you can't. Let's see if we can zoom you in a little bit, see how... Do you see that? What do you think that might be? The way it looks to me, it looks like the leg or the old exoskeleton is cracked right there. It's hard to really positively tell because of them being right underneath the log like that, but I'd be curious to see what happens when the molt comes out and what that actually looks like. I can't zoom in much more than I am right now, but we'll try. That's about it. So, kind of a weird looking thing, huh? You can see the other legs don't have that whatsoever. Now again, did we split there? At the beginning of the molting process there, he split that one part of the exoskeleton of his leg, which would be the what? That's the femur. So it's the trichanter, I think, right? I believe that's not the coxa. The coxa is where they attach, right? And then trichanter, and I can't remember all the names. Amy from the Tarantula community has a nice little saying, but I can't remember the saying. So when I need to, I just kind of go back and look it up. But I have the diagram in my book bag over there from work. The Animal Planet Tarantulas from Tarantulas Animal Planet was the one that produced the book, or whatever you want to call it, from Michael Jacoby. So it does have the drawings, and of course the Tarantula Keeper has the drawings, and it labels each different part of the tarantula itself. But I do believe that's the trichanter, the first, or the femur, whichever you would prefer to call it. So yeah, we're going to put him off to the side, and then we'll kind of just peek in on him every now and then and see how he's doing. You red runner molting. Look at that dog hair. Can't get rid of it. If you guys don't like dog hair, I do not suggest the German Shepherd Husky mix at all. Or probably one or the other if they're full bred. Because their hair is everywhere. These little white husky hairs of hers. You'll see coming up maybe on the right hand side another recently molted red runner. You can see a lot of them that are running around that are actually recently molted. They're not completely red, or they don't have that dark burgundy on their back end. The one that recently molted should be coming into your screen. If it, well, it doesn't want to go that way. There it goes right there. Stuff is molten here. Okay, well, we're going to get these guys back into their bin. I don't know what to do with that one though. I don't want to just like dump it in there. Maybe we're going to have to wait till he's actually all molted out, huh? We'll give him some time. So, well, yeah, we'll get back to Norman here in a second. Ooh. Come on, spit the rest of that molt off there. You know, what do they do with the molt? It's a good question. It's not like I see exoskeletons all over the place in my red runner colony. Okay, well, we'll find out if somebody eats it, or it eats it, or whatever happens. I will let you guys know. So let's get back to Norman. Oh, we're going to help. Oh, there it goes. Almost like it helped it. Pretty freaking cool. See, now I thought it was molting on its back. It wasn't, it was molting upright. Nobody's trying to eat the molt. Okay, well now that that one's out and okay, we're going to put these guys away. Clean the bed back off, get Norman back into a good spot here so we can maybe do some filming with them and go from there. Okay guys, we're back. I'm sorry, we kind of missed almost everything. He's out, as you can see. He is extremely black. So we're finally getting to that full black, which we never had before. Even at his size, he wasn't ever fully black. I had to run out, that's why I missed everything. Anyway, he's probably close to getting ready to flip over. I think he's gonna gain some size. Sure looks like it. I'll just let you watch him for a tiny bit. Oh, he looks much bigger. Now, if you look carefully, let's see if we can see. I don't know if you guys can see or not. So you can see the molt off to the left. Okay, he's all out. Bottom abdomen is completely out, but the top part of the abdomen is still underneath him. So he should be fine once he flips to be out of there, but this is where you sometimes get that fold and twist to the molts. When the spiders do flip over, sometimes the abdomen is still somewhat attached to the back side of them, and when they flip, it twists. Okay, so we are still going, but I want to show you something real quick, and I'm going to have to try and figure out what I need to do to get this situation taken care of. But See his leg right there is still in the molt. So I've got to try and figure out a way to clip around that so that he's not dragging his molt around with him on that leg. And then he ends up dropping that leg. So what I need to try to do is try and clip like around this area here and get that all off there, and then just clip this stuff in the front and then see what we can do for him, because we definitely don't want him to lose a leg, especially now. It's bad enough when they're, you know, during or in between their molt cycles, but when they're molting like this, they really can't afford to lose any fluids whatsoever. So when he flips over as is, he would be dragging that molt around with him on that leg, so we definitely don't want to do that. So I have to find some clippers to try and get that off of him. So now I'm on a mission. I'll be back. Okay, so I did what I could. I cut out all the parts that I possibly could. You could still see where his leg is. Now, what the ironic thing is do you remember when I showed you part of the video earlier where that crack was? That's this leg. So that's kind of weird, huh? So you could see you can see right there, that's new leg. And there's the exoskeleton on this part, but he can't get this out of here. I tried to gently pull. I didn't want to pull too hard because I didn't want him to drop the leg because he would feel insecure. So I just cut around it the best that I possibly could. And we'll hope for the best. When he flips back over, we may be able to do some more things. Even though he's still fragile, I might be able to put him in my hand and then try and clip that part around there. I'm not really quite sure. So what we'll have to do is wait until he flips back over and find out what's going on from there. You can see his front two legs there. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Maybe. See his tarsal claws there. You can see him real well if you look very closely. On that leg right there, you can see the two claws sticking up. So I'll show you what I used, just so you might want to get these. It wasn't even that long ago that I picked these up. I think it was maybe the middle of last year sometime. But these are just like, doctors use these to cut tape, or nurses use them to cut tape. I guess either one. I should say nurses because they do all the work anyway, right? They're really sharp, so they cut through that stuff pretty easily, especially a dried exoskeleton. But the results is this. Here's what's kind of mangled, what's left over, and then I have the abdomen, just the abdominal part over here. The fangs are somewhere. I'm not really quite sure where the fangs are right here, I guess. Yeah, fangs are right there. Focus on that, not my finger. So this is actually, to be honest with you, the first surgery I've had to do on a tarantula. I've never had to cut things off. I've had a couple tarantulas that I've had a stuck part of their molt that I just kind of sprayed the actual molt part, not the spider, but the actual molt, the old exoskeleton, and just gently kind of held on to it. And as I'm holding on to it, the spider is kind of fighting that, so he kind of pulls himself out. I did do that with a few slings, probably around the 1 inch, 1.5 inch mark, but nothing like this, where there's no way he would have got out of that molt with that leg. So we'll see if that leg's even going to work for him. I really honestly don't know. So when he flips back over, we'll bring you back and take a look and see what's going on. Yeah, and we're still recording. I forgot to hit stop. Okay guys, so we're going to end the video. Norman's flipped back over. He flipped back over while I was uploading the feeding video, so I didn't get a chance to actually film him flipping back over, but he's not using that leg whatsoever. It's just not moving. So we're going to have to see what happens here over the next day or two. When he's done stretching, we're going to like wet it down a little bit. Not soak it, but we're going to get it nice and wet. Hopefully that dampness will help break down that old exoskeleton and maybe help him get it off. But I do expect him to drop that leg, so that would be my expectation. So I'll update you guys in the next update video on what's going on with him, and we'll go from there. So thanks again for watching, and happy keeping.